Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Diana. In today's video, I am going to do a plant tour for you guys. I have recently purchased a lot more plants to add to my collection, and I've also propagated some as well. So I just thought that I would do a quick collection tour for you guys because, as you guys will see, my collection right now is very small. I just wanted to kind of keep tabs and keep a record of my progress with my plant collection, so in the future when my collection does grow, I can look back on these videos and just see how it used to be and how it used to look and how far I've come. And also, I just thought that this would be a really good video for other beginners out there who are just like me and don't know how to say certain plant words or don't know how to water plants, but are still trying to make a mark in the gardening community, I guess. I didn't know I wanted to do that, apparently. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go around my room really quick and show you all of the plants that I have so far. So all of my plants are currently in the living room, just because I do have a south-facing window in here, which is quite large. So this room does get most of the light during the day, other than my sunroom slash laundry room, which is right over there, but I will be adding some plants once I get some more. So let's just get started with all of the plants that are right over here on this little table. I think it's kind of cute. I want to add another one for height. I think that would be really cool, layering kind of decoration. But for now, this is all I have right over here. These three plants I've had kind of the longest. I got them all at the same time, and they were all from Sunset Nursery in East Hollywood, Sunset area. And so this one right here is, I believe, a tree cactus or a Pilosorcereus. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna butcher all of these names because I just can't pronounce anything correctly to begin with. So this isn't something that I'm really good at saying, so I'll probably put the technical names on the screen and just tell you guys the easier names that they're known for, and then also the nicknames I give them. So this is also considered a tree cactus, I believe. I'm not too sure. When I bought it, it was just under the cactus section. I didn't ask what type it was, so I just Googled and found one that it looked most similar to. And her name is actually Bernice, and I love her. She's my oldest cactus, other than that, because I actually think I got this blue barrel one a different day, but she is my longest cactus. She is a very slow grower. She used to be in a different pot, which was much, much bigger, and I thought doing so would make her grow faster, but I was wrong. The roots kind of balled up right underneath the dirt, and they didn't spread everywhere, so I loosened it up a bit and then just put it in a smaller container so I can use that other pot for something else. But I think this just works so perfectly with this gold container that I also got from IKEA. I think it's just so cute. This guy right here is a Haworthia fasciata. It is also considered a zebra wart. I'm not too sure which type of Haworthia it is, but I love this. It used to have about 2 or 3 other succulents in this pot with it, but it kind of just took over. It has a little baby right over here that's growing, so I decided to just give it its own space, and it's been working out really, really well. But his name is actually Morty because zebra wart rhymes with mort, so I just named him Morty. This right here is a Ferocactus glaucescens. Oh my gosh, why do I keep trying? Also known as the blue barrel cactus, and his name is actually Lee because it has spikes, and he's named after Spike Lee. And this little girl is actually one that I propagated myself. I got these cuttings and put it in water for maybe about a week or 2, and it rooted very, very well, so I finally put it in a pot, and I can't wait to start propagating more so I can fill it up and it doesn't look so sparse, but this is actually a Senecio Radicans, I believe, and it's also known as a string of bananas, and her name is actually Princess, because if you guys watch Friends, then you know that Phoebe actually tried to change her name to Princess Consuela Banana Hammock. So that's her full name, Princess Consuela, but we just call her Princess. This, I have no idea what it is, but I think it's so beautiful. My mom has a friend who is absolutely in love with succulents plants, just like I am, but her collection is way more than mine. And so she actually gave me a bag of a lot of cuttings, which I am propagating some of them right now. And I fell in love with this because they look like leaves, and they're just so beautiful. Like, look at the variegation on it. So gorgeous. So if you guys can help me out with what kind of plant this is, then that would be awesome. I haven't named it yet because I like to kind of do punny names. So if you guys can help me out with that, that'd be awesome. If not, I'm just gonna probably take a picture and take it to a nursery that's close to me. These right over here are just cuttings of some succulents and plants that I am going to hopefully plant very soon. I'm not gonna go through them too much, but we have some elephant bush, snake plants, some little rosette ones, jade, and another snake plant. So hopefully those work out soon. If you guys wanna see an update of that, just go ahead and watch my vlogs or like this video, and I'll just know to do that a little bit more. So to the left of this window, I only have two plants over here. This one is a Sansevieria trifasciata. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it is a black gold snake plant. And so because it is a snake plant, I actually named this Draco, because Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter, Slytherin, if you guys get it. But it actually had babies, so I'll show you the babies later and what I named it. So yeah, I really do love this plant though. I've had to rotate it a little bit because it's growing in the direction of the sun, so it's getting a little bit lopsided, if you can see. So I rotated it so it could start growing more this way. But this is one of the other plants that I've had for such a long time. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love the variegation with the yellow and the green. I think it just is so beautiful. I did have some trouble with this plant. They do basically have babies, and it starts from the root and it'll start growing through the dirt somewhere else. And so that happened once, and then my pot kind of like got overcrowded, so I had to separate some, and unfortunately some of them died in the process because I wasn't really too familiar with propagation or repotting or whatever. But now I'm a little bit better with it, and I hope that this will give me another baby very soon. But the color is so gorgeous, and I love you, Draco. So this little beauty that I have right on top of my heater, which I don't use, is my string of pearls, which is also known as a Senecio rowleyanus. She just said anus. So yeah, it's also called a string of pearls. So her name is actually Lady because ladies wear pearls. And I already tried propagating some of it, so I do have a little bit of this in water. I really hope that I could create another plant out of this, but I purchased this one again at Sunset Nursery. I think I just did a plant haul where I showed you guys this one, but again, I'll just explain how I did it. They had plants that looked exactly like this, but they were worth like maybe $14.99, maybe a little bit longer, trailing a little bit more. And so I just didn't want to spend that much money. I had a pot at home that I could already use, so I decided to get the little tinier versions of them, which were in the succulent portion of the nursery, and they were only $2.99 each. So this was just a little over $5, and I just think it's genius. This is one of my favorite plants. I love how dainty and beautiful they are, and once they get longer, it's just even better, and they're so easy to propagate. But we are going to move to the final plant on this side of the living room, and it is just my aloe vera, which was growing so wild. Look at this guy. Obviously, as you can tell, it was facing this way towards the sun, but this was on a different place in my house. I think it actually was replaced by the string of pearls. But this has also been in my collection for so long, just like the snake plant and the tree cactus and everything. I got them all on the same day. So this was also purchased at Sunset Nursery in East Hollywood. I got this cool white planter from Goodwill, and when it first started it wasn't this long and crazy. It was probably like up to here, but it has grown so much since, and I have used it for some burns that I have gotten in the kitchen, so I love having it right here for easy access. And this name is actually kind of lame. You guys are probably gonna think I'm lame, but his name is Can You Go? And I know that sounds kind of dumb, but it's an aloe. So, aloe, can you go? Hey, hey, aloe, can you go? Now moving from this side, we are going to go towards the front of my house. I normally like to have a plant here, whether it be a bouquet that I buy at a store or another just, you know, house plant. This used to have a bunch of yellow daisies and a rose, but for some reason I can't keep these plants alive. I can keep everything else alive, but these plants that you put in water, I don't know what it is, they die on me so quickly, so that's probably gonna go away very soon. But this is kind of my proud special corner right here. As you can see, there is a lot more going on. So I'm just gonna start with this bad boy, which I actually just made. I do a lot of DIYs, so I was just like, why not just film this one? So this I did make. I got these little light bulb glasses from a party that actually used them for their cocktails, and they were throwing them away. So I decided to just take as much as I could without me looking like a weirdo, like I was stealing them. And I've had them sitting in my cabinet for, I think, a year now. And I found this photo on Pinterest where someone was doing something similar to this. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could use my light bulbs for that. It would be so beautiful. And I was correct. I also got these dowels at Home Depot, and they cut them for whatever size that you want it there for free. So inside here, I just have my jade pothos cuttings. I'm kind of scared of taking them out. I don't want to ruin the rooting since it is skinny, but I think we'll do good. These two, as you can see, have already rooted, and it just looks like a really cool science experiment. Like, I love it. This one hasn't started yet, but I know it will soon. I have faith in you, buddy. So moving on from here, we have the top shelf, and this one is actually the mother to these little plants that I'm making right here. The name for a jade pothos, I believe, is Epipremnum aureum? Epipremnum aureum. Gosh, I butchered that. But again, it is also considered a jade pothos. My mother actually got this from her boss, who was actually my ex-boss, for Mother's Day, and she says that she doesn't have a green thumb, so she decided to give it to me. This used to trail a little bit further down, but that is the cutting that I got for these. So I'm gonna try not to get any more cuttings from this beauty. I'm gonna let it grow, and hopefully I can stick some more throughout, because I do want it to become more full. As you can see, it's a little bit scarce right now, but it is just starting out, so I have high hopes for you. And coming down here to the lower shelf, by the way, I got all of these shelves from IKEA, so definitely check out IKEA. I think they all came in a group of 3 for like $5.99 or something. I'm not too sure. But this little baby is actually super, super cute. It's one of my newest plants again. I purchased it at the Sunset Nursery the same day that I bought the string of pearls. And this one is in Opuntia microdasis. Oh my god. Opuntia microdasis, which is also known as bunny ears. So it is the cutest, most perfect cactus I've ever seen. I had to purchase it when I found it. It was only like $4.99, and I already had this terracotta plant at home, and I think it just works perfectly with it. His little name is actually Bunny, and their nickname is Bunny Ears, so I just thought, why not call him Bunny? And I think he's just super, super cute. And he used to live right over there a few days ago, because I'm trying to make this table just for succulents and cactus, but I love how it looks like near this photo of me, my sister, and my mom. I think this was the first time we saw snow. I don't remember, but love it. And right down here is one of my newest plants again, but I did purchase it after I purchased Lady and Bunny. So this is actually my newest plant that I purchased recently. So this plant right here is actually the Ficus Elastica. That name is very, very easy for me to say. And they are also called the rubber plants. I absolutely adore this one. I'm very excited, and I think I got a really good one because this leaf right over here is super long already. I do have it facing away from the sun, so I could have the other leaves kind of grow out more as well too. These are known for having such shiny, thick leaves as well, kind of like wax or even like rubber. But oh, this is one of my favorites. I do not have a name for him or her yet, so if you guys can give me some suggestions, I would definitely love it. I really hope this one grows. I'm actually gonna go buy some potting soil today or tomorrow so I could repot it in here, but I might keep it in here for a while too until I kind of get better at watering it because I don't want to kill it. And just in case anybody is wondering, look at how cute this little tiny rug is. I'm not too sure if it's made for plants, but I thought this would just be a really cute little bottom for my plants, just to add some texture and some decoration. I got it at a thrift store, an outlet thrift store actually, where you pay per pound. So this was probably only like 20 to 50 cents, and I absolutely love it. Moving on to this little guy right here. So this is a Dracaena marginata. Sorry that you guys have to see my dirty shoes over there, but this is also considered a dragon tree. And I have had this for quite a while as well. I can't tell you how long. I know I got my blue barrel cactus and my tree cactus before this. This was a little bit afterwards, but I actually purchased this at IKEA, and I've had this for over a year now, which is surprising to me. I really thought it was gonna die quickly because of the price and it just being purchased at IKEA. But as you can see, there are some new leaves growing from the top, so it's still doing pretty well. This guy is a trooper, I swear. He has gone through so much. I've knocked him over. He was originally in this planter, then I moved him into this bigger planter because I just think that this would help it grow more, hopefully. But since he has been through so much and has survived, I actually named him Bilbo, just like Lord of the Rings. And I think he's living up to the name. You know, he is thriving now though, which is great. As we all know, Bilbo goes to live with the elves. So I think this is the elves phase. Oh, the only thing though, there was a third little tree here with some stuff, but it kind of died down, so I had to trim it back. And this little node came out a while ago, and it's kind of been frozen in time there, so I'm not too sure what's happening with that. But hopefully it being in a new pot will help it thrive a little bit more, and I'll update you guys to see how it goes, because I want this to just be huge. And it's been over a year now, and it's only grown a few inches, and I know it takes a while. I need to be patient, but I don't want to be. Moving right up here is again one of my newer plants. I got this the day before I purchased my rubber plant, and I actually got this at Trader Joe's as well. I don't know if I said that about this, but I got this at Trader Joe's. It was $5.99. Got this as Trader Joe's as well. And this is a Arrowhead Plant, Syngonisum podophyllum. And I think their better known names is either Maria or Bold Illusion. I'm not too sure if any of that is right. I'll correct myself on the screen once I look more for information. But the reason why this is called the Arrowhead Plant is because, as you can see, their leaves tend to take on the shape of arrowheads, and this specific one is different than some of the others because it has some really cool variegation, like pink and some purple. But I love this color. I think it's gorgeous. Again, I got it at Trader Joe's, and that's just so inexpensive. $5.99 for these beautiful plants. And the planter I actually got at IKEA. I'm not too sure how much they were together, but it wasn't that expensive. I remember that much. So from that little plant corner right there, we're gonna move on to the next one. And these are my final 3 plants in my living room area. This first one right here is a elephant bush, also known as a Portulacaria. Why do I keep trying? It's in this planter now, which actually came with my jade pothos, and the minute I put it in here, I loved it and everything, but then I was like, oh, I should have put it in here because I feel like the branches are going to trail off and just create really cool texture and vibes in this corner. So I decided to just place it in there instead of repotting it because I didn't want to put it through more trauma because I just repotted it. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer. And right up here is 2 other plants that I mean, I love them, but they're like, this needs work, as you can see. This needs work. This doesn't need work. I just potted it, but I didn't want this plant to be lonely, so I decided to join them together. I'm not too sure what the name of this plant is. My mom's friend actually gave these cuttings to me as well, along with these too. So she gave me a whole bag of cuttings. It was amazing. And this one I put in water to help root a little bit more, and it did, so I decided to pot it finally. And I just put it in an old candle container that I had. I'm not too sure what the name of this is. I know it's not desert rose, but they do look like rosettes. Desert rose is an actual like floral thing, but I'm not too sure what the name of this is. I also don't have a name for it. I mean, I was just thinking rosy, just to be pretty simple, so I might just go with that. But yeah, this actually has 3 different plants inside it, and I decided to put them all together just so it could have like a fuller look. Maybe I could put it this way so the sun will help it start to grow more out this way. This one right here is actually Malfoy, and again, this is a snake plant. This was a baby that came from Draco, which is right behind me, which is why his name is Malfoy. But he was doing really well for a while until last week. The top of this leaf started to turn yellow, and it's because it was in my bedroom, and I think that since my bedroom is a little bit darker, that it just kind of died. And I don't understand. I guess it was longer than it could have been because these are actually really easy to take care of. You don't have to really water them too much. You can neglect them and you can leave them in the corner, but I guess it just didn't like my bedroom because within days of me putting it in my bedroom, it started to discolor. So I tried to water it a little bit more and it didn't work at all, so I decided to just cut off that part. And then I also took out another baby that it made, which is sitting in water on my windowsill. So hopefully this one will thrive now that I pruned it just a little bit, but I don't know, we shall see. So I hope you guys enjoyed this plant tour. Comment down below which one was your favorite. I know this was a bit of a long video, but I hope some of you plant enthusiasts out there enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, and also turn on the bell notification just so you can get notified with my next video. I hope you guys have a great fucking day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.